Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Swords. Okay. Judgments. Who are we judging? The Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Wands. Okay. So it looks like there's two male figures here that are competing with one another in some sort of way. You might be witnessing this as a bystander. All of a sudden, I started to see a soccer game, and you're just standing on the sidelines watching the game. The game's about you, 1:11 on the clock. The game's about you. There might be two people trying to get your attention at the same time. They might know each other, and they might also know that they're both coming towards you. It's kind of like let the best man win kind of energy. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, so that gives me single, ready to mingle. Hate that term, but there you go. And the Nine of Wands, which is the wounded warrior kind of tiredness energy. So these two people are tired of being single. They're very abundant, Nine of Pentacles. They're very abundant. They are doing well in life by themselves, but they're tired of living the single life, or they're tired of trying to find people and never going anywhere with it. There is some sort of judgment, but I'm getting that it's like a game that's trying to be won between these two. Let's see what else. What's going on between these two knights? Nurture, together, they finding joy and the right path. So I really do think 2, 3, 4 on the clock that they are both competing for this position to be together with you. Yeah. They want to nurture the relationship, but you have to get all the competition out of the way, and you have to commit in order to nurture one another. You can't be single and dating a bunch of people and then thinking that you're nurturing one of your concubines. The things that come out of my mouth. Either one or both of them know this, that in order to have a successful relationship with one person, you have to, be on the right path of how you're thinking about this, how you're going about it, how you're creating the stability within the relationship, because you can rationalize a lot in life and make yourself feel like you're not doing anything wrong, sweeping it under the rug, ignorance is bliss kind of vibe, where you're making all these mistakes. If you have a goal, for instance, of trying to find the right person, but you constantly make the mistake of dating too many people at once. And there's a lot of strategies to find that right person. Yes, you have to date a lot of people, you have to kiss a lot of frogs, you have to go through a lot of people. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to keep finding the right people. You might be attracting a certain type of personality unconsciously. You might be going after a certain type of look or personality consciously, and thinking like, yes, I need to find someone that fits this mold, like a cookie. Like you're almost like, it's like a custom cookie cutter where you're just trying to find the person that fits in your mold. And once you begin to go through a lot of dates and people and meeting people, you start to realize that no one's going to fit precisely into your mold. And also, you're looking at people the wrong way. Like, you're looking at people as an outside reflection. You're not looking for certain qualities about a person that doesn't involve how they look, yeah, or what they have. It's more like, I want a kind person. I want someone who's emotionally mature. I want someone that I can trust. I want someone that I can laugh with, that doesn't involve how they look on the outside. So yes, you can be abundantly single and always be set up with dates and people, but you're never finding someone that sticks out. It's because you're putting yourself in that situation. It's almost like I got a flash of being on one of those crazy stupid dating shows on TV, like The Bachelor or something, where you're putting yourself in a position where you know it's just going to be a vapid mess, right? It's going to have you're putting yourself in a group of people, so it's narrowing down the options. Okay, so then once you're in that group of people that you chose to be in, now you're seeing 20 vapid females, 20 men that all think the same way, they all dress the same way, they all talk the same way, they're all lemmings, and they're all following what cool is, whatever that is, trending lately, and they're never being themselves. And that just also just shows just the mediocrity of the masses, right? So the problem with that is not the people that you joined, is that you joined that group to look for someone different. It's like expecting to find, like a needle in the haystack, and you're not giving yourself the chance of meeting different types of people. I guess that's what I'm trying to get to here with these two men, these two knights. They're realizing that even though they're successful in dating and always meeting women, right, that are willing to date them, they never find anyone that's special. They never find anyone that doesn't fit being a basic kind of human, right? They don't look to the outside for inspiration on what to do that's cool, or what is everyone wearing lately, let me do the same thing, or you know what I mean? Like, they're never thinking for themselves. They're just a lemming in life. They're just parrots copying people, copycats, just stupid people just quacking around, right? So in order to be together with someone, in order to be on the right path, you have to find the right person to nurture the one relationship. Again, if you're single, that doesn't mean that you have to commit to someone just because you went on a date with them, but you have to focus all of your energy on one person at a time. If you are setting up a date, like if you have 1 week of time, right? Say you're on vacation and you have 1 week off, and you have 3 or 4 different girls that you're gonna go on a date with that week alone. We've all been there. Like when I was 20, I had breakfast, lunch, and dinner set up, but again, I wasn't looking for some, you're stupid at that age, and you just kind of live until you make mistakes, right? But you learn that it's the number, it's not the amount of people that you date, it's the quality. So again, if you're the type of person that is constantly dating multiple people at once, your attention is in 3 or 4 different places at once, but you think you're going to find a relationship that's, that you want to nurture. It's, even if you find people that are quality and you still have 3 people that you're talking to at once, you have to realize that eventually you have to choose one, right? You can't be this, kind of person that just has babies with like 3 different women and they're all together and they're all friends. It's weird, right? I mean, like, it's never about love. It's about control and status. Usually if there's like a bunch of females that are willing to accept other girlfriends, in this person's life, and they're willing to, just accept that there's always going to be competition. They're never going to be the one, but they still go for it. There's a motive there. They might have a baby with you so they can just lock in financial terms, If they can't have the whole pie, they'll have a slice of it, in any way they can. Or they want to be with this person for status. They might, be with them even though he's in love with one girl, having a baby with another, and, effing the manager in the back. It's still not being able to give your full attention to one person. Sometimes people will accept that mistreatment because they're trying to use that person too. So it becomes a using fest of egos instead of love. Again, if you really want actual love, you have to focus on one person at a time, and you don't have to stay with them just because you're focusing on them. Like if you're dating, you focus on one person at a time, and then you realize that they're not good for you, and then you stop, and then you focus on another person. You know, not to say that you can't be talking to multiple people at the same time, but if you really want to be serious and try to find someone, you can't have multiple plates spinning at the same time. It's never going to work out the way you want it to. So you have to be realistic and stop rationalizing your actions. And I think that's what these people are doing with the judgment card. They're judging their past actions and how they've gone about love before. Wedding. Yeah. So if you're gonna try and get married to somebody, you can't be effing around. Long distance. So these people might be, they might feel like they're, you know, long distance from you. 11:11 on the clock right now. Surprise. So you might feel surprised when you start to realize that there's two people trying to compete for you at this time. Just make sure that it's not just a game and there's actual real intentions being, you know, wanted here. What's going on with these two? The Five of Cups. They don't want to lose. You know, so this is turning into like two elks, like butting heads, you know, like neither wants to lose. Look at this. As I say that. Yeah. It's funny, but it's not. But like, they don't want to lose this. There's fighting. They are competing. It just is what it is. What else with this competition? The Sun. Can't make it up. You cannot make it up. So they're going after something that's going to make them extremely happy. It's something that they don't want to lose, because this is the Sun. This is like the golden chalice. This is something that is worth fighting for or worth competing for. You know, it's something that is worth the fight, worth the competition, worth the strife involved, worth the risk of getting hurt and losing. This is going to come as a surprise to you that these two people are looking to have some sort of long-term relationship with you, and this is an ongoing battle that they're doing. We'll check up on it later.